So for this video, I'm going to be talking about how to start a journal. Please take note that these are all based on my experiences and observations. So before we start, I am going to be dividing this video into 4 parts. The first part is an introduction to journaling. The second part is all about the materials and stationery. Third part is about topics and what to write about. And lastly, the fourth part are tips and advices that I could give. Starting off, a journal is often used for creativity and can be very random. You can write your thoughts, ideas, create lists, put pictures, make drawings, song lyrics, and anything else that comes to mind. There are 2 types of journals that I've encountered, a bullet journal and a personal journal. A bullet journal is an analog method developed by designer Ryder Carroll. It's designed to help you plan and organize your activities as well as update your daily schedules and/or to-do lists. A personal journal, on the other hand, is much more private and is a safe space to express your thoughts, opinions, and feelings. A personal journal gives you much more freedom in terms of customizing or personalizing your journal, so you're free to write whatever you want. There are also different kinds of themes that you can journal about. There's a K-pop themed journal, an anime themed journal, personal journal, or any other fandom themed journal. Please keep in mind that journaling is not only limited to K-pop, so feel free to journal about anything you want. Moving on to notebooks. A notebook is an essential part of journaling, since journaling only requires you to have a notebook and a pen for you to be able to start. There are also different kinds of notebooks, like a gridded notebook, a dotted, a lined, or a blank notebook. There are also different sizes for you to choose from, like an A6, A5, or B5 notebook. If you are new to journaling, I suggest that you use whatever notebook you have available instead of buying one just for you to explore on themes and styles that you like. Once you get used to journaling, that's when you can invest on an expensive and higher quality notebook. The notebook that I'm currently using is an A5 Midori MD Grid notebook that I bought from Shopee. It was around 700 to 800 pesos, and the store that I bought from is currently sold out. I actually don't know where else to buy this in the Philippines, and it was kinda expensive, but it was really worth it considering the quality was really good. So this is one of the notebooks that I suggest you to buy once you're used to journaling. So when I first started to journal, the notebooks that I used were these Muji-inspired notebooks that you can find anywhere online. I bought mine from Shopee and it was around 60 to 70 pesos. I will try my best to link down the store that I bought from in the description box below. I've had these notebooks for more than 2 years and the quality was really good considering the cheap price. So if you're new to journaling and you want to buy a new notebook, then this is the notebook that I suggest. Moving on to pictures. Pictures are not necessary, but it's really nice to add them on spreads as they serve as your visual as well as add to your decorations. I print my pictures on regular white bond paper. Lastly is stationery. Stationery is again not necessary and you can always start a journal without having any stationery at all since it only adds decorations to your spreads. Please keep in mind that journaling is not only about the amount of stationery you have, so you should never be intimidated about not having enough stationery to start a journal. the stationaries that I personally used are, of course, stickers, washi tapes, some sticky notes as well, then I also have some memo pads, and lastly are brush pens and markers. I mostly buy my stationery from Shopee, Daiso, Divisoria, National Bookstore, random stores I pass by when I travel, SM department store, or are given by penpals and more. If you're from another country, you can always buy from AliExpress, Etsy, and other online stores. So the other supplies that I also use are of course pens. I use a Zebra Sarasa Clip Gel Pen in .4 for writing, a white Sakura Jelly Roll, a .5 mechanical pencil from Muji, Tombow Fudenosuke brush pen, a Sakura Pigma Micron pen. I also have a ruler, a regular eraser from Muji, a glue tape that I bought from Daiso, and then a glue stick from Elmer's. And then my most used brush pens and markers are of course Zig Brushables, a mild liner, Zig Fudebiori, and lastly is a Crayola Super Tip. Then I also have a regular scissors I have at home, and an X-Acto knife. Lastly, I have this binder clip that a friend gave me. So when I first started to journal, I did not have a lot of stationery supplies, and I only had a few solid color washi tapes. As you can notice, my first few spreads were only printed pictures and washi tapes. So here's one of my tips for those who are starting out without any stationery at all, that I also did when I was new. I printed pictures for stickers and washi tapes. So here's a few examples that I did. These were pictures that I printed out. Here's a sky pattern washi tape that I printed as well. So as you can see, despite not having a lot of stationery when I was new, that didn't really stop me from journaling. So here are some of the stickers that I printed when I was beginning to journal. I still have them up to this day. Moving on, now that you're ready to journal, here are some of the topic suggestions that I could give. If you have a K-pop journal, you can always journal about the comeback of your idol, your favorite MV, an album review, or anything about your bias, debut of a new K-pop group, your concert experience, birthdays of your idols, and anything else that comes to mind. If you have a personal journal, you can always journal about special occasions, your travels, or any events. Keep in mind that your journal is yours, so feel free to journal about whatever topic you want. Now that you have a topic, some people have been asking me, what do you write in a journal? You usually write your opinions, feelings, or experiences towards the topic that you picked. And lastly, here are some tips and advice that I could give based on my own experiences from the past few years that I've been journaling. My first advice is to not journal just because of the trend, but because you genuinely want to. Because if you journal just because it's trending, sooner or later you're gonna lose motivation. My second advice is to start simple, then gradually invest in more stuff. Like I've said before, it's better to start with what you have, then once you get the hang of journaling, that's when you can invest in more stuff. Another tip is please do not buy all at once, but instead, buy one at a time just to see which items you really need. Because if you buy all at once, sometimes you end up with items you don't actually use, then that means you only wasted your money. So it's better to buy one at a time. My third advice is do not force yourself to journal when you're unmotivated or busy. Learn to take it slow sometimes, because once you journal in that state, you end up with spreads you're satisfied with. And once you're unsatisfied with your spreads, sometimes you lose interest in journaling. So it's alright to take it slow. My fourth advice is to aim for improvement but do not rush. It's always nice to improve yourself and your skills, but once you rush into things, it won't really work, so let time help you improve. My fifth advice is to use what you have and be creative. You need to learn to take advantage of stuff you have at home. If you have a magazine, some brown paper, some yarn, use that for designs. Again, journaling is all about creativity. Lastly is of course enjoy. Journaling is all about self-relaxation. It should be something that you're happy and passionate about. So learn to have fun and enjoy while making spreads. And that's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys learned a few things here and there. See you soon!